nephew of Chief Sitting Bull through the Chief's oldest sister, Good Feather Woman. Paul's going to discuss and show us some Stone Age tools and weapons, and then demonstrate fire making? Yeah. Okay. And later on you'll be able to handle some of the exhibits and play. Paul exhibits at his studio and gallery, Anthropottery, which is on Loma Larga in Corrales. Can't miss it, there's a large sign, beautiful new studio. And with that, I'll turn it over to Paul.
Okay. First thing I'd like to show, watch this. Now these two objects are about the same size. I was blown away when I saw this. Okay, so I said I have to do it. But this is what we're talking about. We're going to go back to a time when people, all people, were in a Stone Age, and that lasted for 3 million years. So what I'm showing you here today is not going to be unfamiliar to anybody around the world in the Stone Age. Okay, and it was a time when one person could make something by himself. But today, how many people would it take to make this? More than one. One can't do it. To make all the materials and gather them, no, it ain't going to happen. So what that's saying is today we're all more dependent upon each other. We're evolving, if you will, in our society to be closer and closer to each other, not further apart. So, okay. Well, with that, I would like to show you a picture. This is my great-great-grandfather. His name is Henry Oscar One Bull, and he was a nephew of Sitting Bull. In fact, Sitting Bull adopted him when he was 4 years old and raised him, his nephew, as his son. So who better to have as a bodyguard than your own nephews that you raised, him and White Bull. White Bull was kind of back and forth, but this guy stayed with him the whole time. And he was also the one that Sitting Bull taught all of the medicine to that he knew. So there's a big long line of medicine that comes down in our family. But speaking of family, I'd like to introduce my mother at this time, Cecilia Tenoso. Come up here, Mom. This is my mom. And, I asked her if she would go ahead and say a small prayer for us, and so we'll do that now.
Maka ina yapeteki wopika chichoe kakala kanazu kile yapeteki taku karena taku vamos pepeki taja oyate kapiliki gana hipina na oyang kapina mus pepekte apa itu yang kopikile wasdeye na wopila chichoe mitakuya wase.
All right. Okay, Mom, thank you. And so, I'm Paul Fourhorns Tenoso. That was the name given to me by my grandfather, my mother's father, and he had that ability to be able to do that. And Fourhorns speaks to having the courage of 2 buffaloes, so they call me Fourhorns. But it's a name that's a family name, just like One Bull, Sitting Bull, you know, it all has to do with buffaloes and Fourhorns. Okay, so I've been living here in New Mexico for 34 years now. Came here that long ago to go to college, and did that and loved it here, and so stayed here. But for the last 24 years, my hobby has been flint knapping. And 24 years ago, there was nobody to show me how to flint knap. So what do? Well, you get an archaeology book. They have it figured out, okay? and they show you the tools of the Stone Age. And there's basically only 3 steps you go through. But this is a tool. This is a hammer stone. They call it a hard hammer. So that was the first tool they showed in the book. So I got that. And the second tool they showed was a soft hammer. This is an elk antler, and you use both ends. How many people here have ever flint knapped? Ever chipped anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. So you guys know these tools already. And this is made from an elk antler. You can use bone or you can even use hardwood. And then this is a pressure flaker. This is the final step right here when you're doing the edge work. Now hang on a second. So you use the hard hammer and you're going to knock off a piece of stone. Okay, you knocked off a big old piece of stone. That's very simple. All of us right now can do this. Okay? Not a problem. I said, flint knap is going to be easy. Okay, until you get to step 2. Step 2 is now you have to thin this thing. You know, the shape that looks nice. That would work. But look at the thickness. You can't tie that to. You can make a club, sure, but that'd be it. So how do you thin? How do you make this thin?